Are we here? Yay! We're here! Oh my gosh! I just love the name of the event, Pink Full Moon. I'm done. That's it.
I even did pink nails. I have my pink dress on. I got pink lipstick. I'm like pink, pink, pink.
And I'm purple, purple, purple. Okay. All right, guys. So I'm just gonna go over real quick what we're gonna be talking about. Marion's gonna open up with her blog. I decided because I saw her blog and I was like, you know what? Instead of a prayer, this is what we're gonna start with because I really, really like this. So, and I think it is kind of like a prayer. It's like a prayer / affirmation. So we're gonna be talking about rebirth, transformation, the sacral chakras, you know, creativity, passion, relationships. We'll be doing our readings, of course, and then we'll also, we're going to talk about tithing, that we're making sure that we're tithing to someone today on YouTube, and I'm going to pick someone to do my spiritual writing. I haven't done it for anybody before, so this will be a first time. I told Marion I'll give it a shot live, and if that doesn't work, then I'll go ahead and, you know, do a message for whoever I pick and then send it to them and maybe with their permission post it on my blog. So, oh, and I figured we could also mention some meditations that will be good for the for chakra meditations.
Okay.
All right.
Okay. I'm just posting in our Facebook because that worked out really well last time. So.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna get a quick sip of coffee. Hey everybody, join me in some coffee. I'm sorry to be rude, but I did not have anything to drink or eat today, so I'm gonna get it now. Sorry. It tastes real good. All right, cool beans.
All right, I'm just sharing with everybody, and let me go on to our comments and see who's with us this morning. I know it was great because we were gonna get like I had like 20 people confirm on Facebook, so that's pretty cool.
Sweet. Okay, and it's
we already got 7 comments. Okay, Taz Major, Kim, finally she's here.
Yay! Girl is back. She's like, well, I haven't been anywhere. What are you talking about? That's
I know,
what she told me the other day.
The last one. She came too late. That's what happened. Okay, we got True Gemini 01. We've got Kaja, Jara, Glammiewitch.
Kaja.
Belinda Cleveland and Hi Pretty is here so far. So awesome.
All right, guys. Awesome. All right. Everybody's good to go. Excellent. All right. I'm just going to try to see if I can see the damn comments. This has been a battle, people. A battle.
I don't understand why you can't see it. Go to the side.
I don't freaking know. I can see if you put in a comment, I can see it, and then that's it. I don't get it. You know what? Next time I'll have to bring my computer when I see you, and then we'll have to, you'll have to figure it out.
Yeah. All right. Well, we'll do that. All right. I've shared the links. Everybody's updated on Facebook. Woohoo. Okay. Sorry, I'm just trying to do 3 different things at the same time.
No, that's fine. That's fine. Take us a couple minutes. Give time for a couple more people to get on while we're, we're setting up. So.
You know what it is? It's like I have like supercharged energies, and of course I was totally planning on being outside in my garden. And FPNL comes and knocks on my door and goes, "Oh, we're going to be cutting your trees over the next 2 hours in the backyard." I'm like, "What? No!"
Oh man.
So I'm here. So, but it's all good. So
yeah, it's different. We got to change it up all the time. Always have to do something different. So.
Okay. All righty. So. Let me see what we got. Okay, so I'm going to talk about the blog. All right, let me get that out.
That was awesome. I like that. I really love that one.
I was just really inspired by some readings that I saw this morning, and I just starting to feel these energies of the new moon, the full moon with the eclipse in particular. Okay, wait a minute. I lost my page. Sorry about that, guys. Okay, and it's really about kind of me coming into my own and coming into my purpose and coming into what I know is like my next step on the path. And it was just really loud and clear for me this morning. So I just had to share it on my blog. And basically what I said was that these energies that are coming in, the lunar eclipse energies will last from now to the next full moon, which is at the end of May. So we're having a whole month really of these supercharged, transformative, incredible energies. And they talk about like it's like a portal or door that is opening. And the gift that we're receiving from the divine is the gift of courage. And courage to really finally break those barriers that we've been trying to do. We've been working on them for, I know, at least the last 6 months, even before December 21st and December 12th and all that. I mean, our intentions have been set for a long time. And each month we see ourselves kind of slipping back into the same limited thinking and the fear and of going forward. And this month, today, now is the moment we're going to have that supercharged energy of the divine coming through and pushing us and just like propelling us into smashing all of these barriers and just kind of like one of these like Superman going through the wall breakthrough type of things. Okay, that's how I feel it. And I've calmed my energies down somewhat. I even had to do my video over this morning because it didn't record. My energies, I mean, I was just like flying through the roof. I was like, okay, I gotta kind of settle it down. And I lost my thought. Okay, so what I said to myself basically was no more. That I wasn't going to allow these barriers to keep me back from moving forward any longer. That I don't care what was going to stand in front of my way, and I don't care what fear came up in my egoistic mind, that it wasn't going to take control, it wasn't going to have influence, and it just wasn't going to stop me from doing what I know that I'm supposed to be doing and from getting what it is I'm supposed to be getting, and allowing me to receive my abundance, receive my prosperity, and to really take my place in the world. To really step into my power. I saw myself as part of the triple goddess, of the mature woman, of the one who holds the space in love. And through that holding of space in love, through these energies, it came to me that that really my purpose is to do healings, energy healings and hand-on healings. And it came to me as well that I'm supposed to, they told me I'm supposed to use the rainbow energies. And if you'll see on Facebook, everybody's talking about rainbows. Bella posted saying she was a rainbow warrior, and I was like, what? Stasha's doing a video right now on the Angels of Atlantis. I was just trying to say it before, and she has all this rainbow halo around her. So these rainbow energies, which are really the 10th chakra coming into play, what I see is that I've stepped into that 10th chakra energies. I'm stepping in, and with the combination of colors and sound to create healings. So that's what that's all about. And you know, I don't know how it's going to work, but I'm going to put it on the website, and I'm just going to just find a way to take a step each day to go forward. So that's what's most important to me, is to be able to really achieve it, you know, and just take the step out of my fear. I've been wanting to do healings for the longest time. I'm always like, oh, I don't know, I'm not sure. Well, now I'm sure, and now I know. So that's what it is. And Archangel Michael has come in today with his sword, and basically he's handing you his sword so that you can cut the cords around you. You have the ability to cut them yourselves, to have the courage to do it yourself. You don't have to depend on anybody else but your own inner guidance, your own inner wisdom, and your own inner light to just tear everything down. They're of your making, so only you tear them down. And let's see, what else? So I made a declaration, and I put a question out to you. What is it that you're going to become? What is it that you're supposed to do? Where is your place in the world? what are you afraid to step into because you're afraid of what people are going to say, or how people are going to react, oh, because you're pagan, or oh, because you're spiritual, or because you're not of an established thing. You know what? It doesn't matter. There's nothing to fear, because we are supported by the divine. We are supported. So I know I'm talking a lot, so you can tell me, jump in if you want to add something.
No, I completely agree, and I think a lot of probably most of our viewers can totally relate to what you were saying about being really just frustrated and having all these different emotions before December, and then you still kind of carried it over into this year. But I really feel like, especially the last couple days, because I've been like that too. I've been feeling this way for about 2 years, and although making progress, and I think we're all making progress. I think what it is that we're not happy with how fast it's going, and so the universe is saying, you know what? Sorry, it's going to happen at a particular pace, but I really feel like you were saying in the last couple days that something's starting to open up. Like I'm finally seeing the light at the end of the tunnel, and it's like, holy cow, amen, it's about freaking time, and I can feel the shift, I can feel the change, and it's something that I have fought for a really long time, and everything just seems to finally, like the pieces of the puzzle, just to slowly, starting to get in there, and it's almost complete. And I think that there are a lot of people who are just missing that one or two little pieces. So I think you feel me. I think you know exactly, how it is to just be like so close. You're like, oh my gosh, I'm like almost right there, And it's just saying, you know what? Don't give up. Don't give up. Everything has to happen in its own pace. And you can't really force that too much, because what happens is that backfires. And we all know that. We know that, because when you try to force it, oh my goodness, the repercussions are terrible. But we're human, so we have to go there. Sometimes we just have to do it, because that's just human nature sometimes. But I really feel like that this full moon, like you were saying, and I think you were, we were talking, and you were saying that there's something special about this the full moon. It's an eclipse. And there was something else that you had mentioned about it, and I was like, wow, that, like you were saying, that this is finally it. Like, we're finally here.
Really what this is, okay, first of all, let's define what is this pink full moon? What does that mean? That's the first thing. Okay, well, the American Indians, it comes from a Native American Indian belief. What happens is it's when all the spring flowers come out, and they had a particular type of spring little pink flower that would just carpet where they were, so they said it was the pink full moon, because it was really the blossoming of spring. All the flowers are coming out, so that is what that's what that refers to, the pink full moon. And in today's reading, I pulled the goddess card of oh my gosh, and I pulled it like Cordelia, who is the Celtic goddess. I'm like loving this. Thank you, Miss Daya. I love these cards. So this is Cordelia. She's the Celtic goddess, and she denotes the springtime and blossoming. And that's why it said go outside. So it's time to get outside, but it's not only get outside, into nature and get grounded, but it's get outside of your fear. Get outside of who you've limited yourself to being. So that was really a strong message for me this morning. It's just like that bursting out and blossoming into who you're supposed to be. Oh, they're asking if you've got an amethyst necklace on.
Girl, you know it. Look at the weight of that. That's for real. Look at that. Look how heavy that is.
Those look like cannonballs around your neck.
I know, and they're huge. They're huge. And I got them from, believe it or not, of all places, in a gift shop in a hotel in Vegas. It was amazing. I got another piece also I might pull out. And they don't even, I don't think they even realize like how expensive these could be. And I got them, I think I only paid oh my gosh, like $50 for these.
Very
I was
cool.
hell yeah, I'm buying that. And I got the other necklace too. I was like, this is a once in a lifetime. I'm never gonna be able to find these again, you know. And I'm not crazy about turning stones into jewelry. Usually it's poorly done, but it's gorgeous. I love it.
Awesome. I want to say hi to a couple people that have joined us. Tony's here, so hey, Tony.
Hey, Tony's doing her own videos.
Yeah, she's doing her.
She's in front of the camera.
Yay! And we've got Full Moon Magic 8. So hello. She's the one that asked about your necklace. And who else? A couple of new people that I'm not familiar with, but maybe they're from your site. Is Amenti Anuket.
Yes.
Actually, I love the name.
Yeah, I do too. I do
and Lady
too.
Naya, Lisa.
Lisa's in the house.
And we got Maria de la Fuente just showed up as well. So awesome. I'm so glad all you ladies are joining us. And it's just, this is so, the energies, guys, you've got to be feeling it. I mean, really, there's just no explaining. Like these last few days before coming into this new moon, this full moon, I know that a lot of people were like kind of dragging, kind of heavy, kind of like, oh my God, when is this gonna change? You know, I know I felt that way.
I did too.
And then yesterday I just started doing the affirmations. I said, oh my God, I can't even stand myself. Let's go.
I know.
So
I've been feeling the same way. And then I told you, I mean, guys, I don't know about you guys, but I was telling Marian, I was like, I had every deck out. And I'm like, because I was just in a self-doubting mode like 2 days ago, and I'm just like I'm pulling out like a crazy woman. I'm just trying to get answers like from all my decks, because I'm like, what the heck is going on here? Because I felt so great when I was in Miami, and then when I got home, it was just like, well, what happened to all of that, you know, that energy? And it was more than an energy. I mean, I don't know. I think we were hitting dimensions.
For sure.
Yeah, and then I got home, and it was just like, okay, what now? You know, and so and I think a lot of people are feeling that, but I think that really, really try to pull in. You know, just take a minute, take a deep breath, and try to pull in these energies of the full moon. I know for me personally, it's when I feel the most powerful. It's when I feel like there's no fighting to lift the veil. You know, all the rest of the month, I'm like, I feel like I'm having to fight to get to that other side. But during the full moon, I feel its presence, and really, we have to learn to take advantage of that.
Oh, we've got Anne from Scotland, and gosh, I know it's kind of late for you over there.
Oh
so
my God! Well, thank you for taking the time to join us. I know that's these time zones are crazy.
I know. I think we'd have to do one at like 3 in the morning if we needed to get all our Australian.
Could you imagine us trying to do?
No, I don't. I would be like blah, blah, blah,
that would be hysterical.
Like,
oh my God. I'd have to have a chair at something to hold me up, prop me up.
What I wanted also to say about eclipse, and this is funny because I normally eclipses are really about emotional endings and about leaving your job, leaving your relationship. But I think it's on a higher plane than that. I really, really believe that it's about leaving behind those things that no longer serve you, your fear of moving forward, your fear of really being your authentic self. I think that's what you're going to be releasing, and really stepping in and being supported by the angels, by our archangels, by our guides, in a loving and really a really tangible way. I think you're really going to feel the courage, feel the support, and just say, you know what, I'm tired of not being who I am. And it's taking you more energy to kind of cover it up than to just be who you are. And if somebody is training, you know, guys, oh well, too bad for them. Either they'll come around, or they'll be taken out and replaced with something even more wonderful. I know it's easy to say and hard to do, But if you think of I think we need to see the big picture, and I think that's what we're seeing now, the big picture. Do you really want to live your life in mediocrity and suffering and pain, or do you really want to go forward? Do you really want to step into it and break free and do what you got to do? You know, I think it's more. I just got to the point where I just said I'm just going to do what I have to do, because I don't want to live in a closed bubble anymore, you know.
I feel the same way. You know, I think for us, you know, we travel in waves and groups with people, and I feel like the group and the wave that we've been with, we've all been traveling this road together, you know, especially the YouTube community, and I know that a lot of these ladies will understand what I'm saying. And I feel like for a while here, we've all been on this, you know, trek to try to, you know, to get things into place and to get past the spiritual, you know, like you feel like there's a barrier to your spirituality, and taking things to the next level. And I feel like those of us who are on this wave, we're all together and we're cresting it. I mean, you know, and there are other people, I'm sure, who are starting at the beginning, and they're, you know, they're going through this at the beginning. But I feel those of us who are together, who were part of this group, I think that a bunch of us are finally like 3/4 of the way there. Like we're just like right there. And you guys, you know who I'm talking about. So and then things are just going to start blossoming, and I think we're going to finally get what we have always known we deserve, but we never felt we deserve. And I think we're finally getting to a point where, you know what, F it, you know, really, like, fuck it. I'm getting mine, you know. And I think that, and not only saying it, but really finally getting to a point where you feel it in here, and it's true to you. You know, it's not just a fake it till you make it. And I just feel like we're together, and we're going to just like go over that one hump, and we're finally going to get to the one place that we've been trying to get to. Are there other humps along the way? Yes, but I think we're finally getting to a point where we're making this first leg of the journey finally, and we're getting there, and we can all celebrate together.
Yeah, you know what? I was just typing in to everybody. They said that just to know that that you're supported in this circle.
Oh yeah.
You know, this full moon, these things that Glammy and I do, these fun things, it's really backed by lots of love. And all of you who are here joining us consistently, you know, we have that bond, we have that circle, so you know that everyone here is to support each other. Otherwise, you wouldn't even be on the Google with us. You know, you wouldn't be on this hangout and participating and commenting. And even if you're quietly watching, just know that just by the vibrational energy of support and love that is here right now, that you are benefiting from it, and that you are loved and supported. And at any time you feel to just reach out to someone and say, oh my God, you know, you can just send me an inbox, just send me a message, and we'll uplift. You know, that's what we're
here for. We're here to raise ourselves up, and to bring anybody who's willing to take that trip and that journey, and to take them with us, you know, and to you know, be compassionate, be empathetic, and help you get to that place where, you know, it's the unconditional love. And that's really where all this comes. This is where all this comes down to one thing, and that's being in the place of pure love, unconditional love, and joy. And so everything is, how do I get to that point? You know, and for everybody, it's something a little different. It's not always the same. But in this place, in this space that we're in now, it's safe for you to figure it out, to explore it, and where there's no judgment. And this is just, it's a great group of people to be in. That's all, you know, I can say. So
I agree. Really, you know, I had no idea what a pagan community was all about. And, you know, at first I was like, well, I didn't really consider myself pagan. I really didn't consider myself anything, really. I didn't know what I was. And so I really see that, yeah, okay, I guess I'm pagan, you know. I guess, you know, I understand the ideals now a little bit better. You know, and it's still a process. It's still a process you know, I think really once you try to define what it is, then you kind of lose it. So I don't really define it, and I just keep evolving. Whatever it is that I am, that's me, and I incorporate things, and I love learning. So I learn about, you know, everybody's different religions or different gods and goddesses, and what resonates is what I take with me, you know. So I think it's kind of making your own structures, which is what this change in paradigm is all about. I did want to go back to talking about how you're going to be getting surprises from this eclipse. If you've really been doing your work, now is the time where things are going to start coming in. You're going to get the promotion. You're going to get the feedback. You're going to get the validation. You're going to get people ordering from you. You're going to get, you know, people coming in and asking you for your help, for your experience, for everything that it takes to you know, to move you forward. And it's like the big payoff is coming. Okay, the big payoff is coming. Right now, Pluto is in Scorpio. So it's really about also digging very deep. Digging deep to get those nasty roots out, folks. Okay, so it's really allowing yourself to go within. It's funny because I was listening, gosh, I don't remember who I was listening to, but they were talking about, and I've never heard it put this way, how patience can actually be an action. And I thought, now how does patience be an action?
Yes, we have a problem. Me and Marion have problems with patience, and we discuss it on a regular basis.
We're just, you know, because I understood then, I think it was, I think it was Earth Mother, I think it was Mandy, where she talks about that, oh, no, it was Michelle in New Zealand, Mushiak 43.
Oh, I love her.
Oh my God, I
love that woman.
Oh, my guru.
I bow down to her.
Yeah, totally. She's amazing, and she's an amazing healer. And I just like, I want to follow in her footsteps, you know. So it's good to have someone to look up to and to emulate. And her gentleness, her compassion, just oozes out of her videos. You know, her videos are just amazing. And so she was saying about how patience can be an action in and of itself, of waiting patiently for divine time and divine order. So I hope I got it right. I think that was the base of it.
It makes perfect sense. So yeah. Should we get to the readings?
Yeah, I think so, because I was actually going to talk about the root chakra, but
I know. Well, I know. I'm telling you.
I want to talk about my colors.
Oh, you know what?
I'm going to do a separate video. We're going to do something separate just on the root chakra, okay?
Yeah.
Because it's, just know that today, since we're at full moon, since the moon is in Scorpio, since we have the eclipse, the root chakra is really being played up today. All the passion, love, sexuality, all of those things, your stability, your financial stability, your roots, where you're grounded, your family, your home, all of that comes into play. So we're really creating our foundation with courage that is being brought in. What new foundation are you laying? So make sure that your foundation is strong. Make sure that what you build on top afterwards, it's not built on, you know, a bunch of, you know, wibbly wobbly things, that it's a strong structure. So
okay. And then I wanted to mention there's 2 meditations, guys. If you want to kind of like just settle down a little bit and try to use these the full moon energies, and our favorite gal, Lisa Beachy, who's like the queen of meditation. She has meditations for everything and all the angels. She has them if you want to do one with an angel and a crystal. I mean, she has just crystals. And she has one that's called Clearing the First Chakra, the Root Chakra Guided Meditation. Guys, really, 4 minutes, 41 seconds, okay? So I don't want to hear that, oh, I can't do a meditation, and come on. You could do 4 minutes and 41 seconds, throw on some headphones, and you could fit that anywhere in your day. I don't want to hear any crying about it, okay? Then we have the Daz Bar is our other favorite. I mean, I love the Daz Bar. And they have one that's a Kundalini meditation, and they go through all the chakras. There's 5 separate videos, and in the 5 they cover the 7 chakras. And the first one, for the first chakra, I think it's only 6 or 7 minutes, guys. So you can get in there and work on clearing that chakra, work on opening it and using it in this full moon, okay? You can do it. Okay. 10 minutes.
All right. So actually, I think we have scheduled like, let me see how many I have. I think I have 10 readings, so not too bad. So hopefully it won't take 3 hours like we did.
Yeah, I know.
Okay. The first one is that I'm going to be doing is regarding a relationship. And she just inboxed me a few minutes ago saying that somehow her job and career are also in relation to this twin soul, or what she thinks is a twin flame relationship.
I'm just getting my cards, guys. I'm not running away.
Cards.
I got to set up now for this.
I'm going to read my prayer real quick. Okay. I ask God if you will have a shield of love and truth around you permanently, so only God's love and truth will exist between you and me. I allow the masters, teachers, and loved ones of you to channel through me out of whatever realm to say whatever they wish. I ask the permission of the Lords of the Akashic Records, so I'm able to look into the records of you and remove whatever information I'm allowed. Okay, kind of a strange thing. What I'm seeing is, like you're at a train station and you're running after the train, like, way, like you're trying to jump onto this train, and it seems to be like getting away from you, like you're not going to make the jump onto this train. And then it's funny because the train turns into this, at first it looks like one of a modern train. And now I'm seeing it as a like an old train, like from the Wild West, with the caboose and the whole thing. You know how they would have the bars that you kind of would grab onto, like where the president would speak from. So you've actually like jumped onto the very tail end of this caboose, and you're like, oh my God, I made it. And you're climbing into the back end of this caboose. So I think you felt probably that kind of like life may be passing you by, and you're just, you've just jumped onto something at the last minute to make your last jump of faith, your last try as youth leaves you, or something like that. That's the impression that I get, that's how you feel. However, of course, that's never the case. And what I'm seeing is that even though that's the way you feel, and that you're at the end of this caboose while you're still on the train, okay? So you're on the train, and now you just got to open the door and walk through the cabin so you can get to the front and be the engineer of your own damn train. So it's okay. Life has not passed you by yet. Life never passes us by. There's always, I don't care, I have friends that are in their 80s and they're vibrant, active artists, incredible people that travel and are amazing. So, it's not over, like they say, till the fat lady sings, So life has not passed you by. Embrace this new entry, because you're kind of entering a new phase of your life. So it could be even better than youth. I mean, you're aware, you have awareness now, and when you create through awareness, it's not just the luck of the draw that comes to you. It's that you are actually committed to creating and manifesting your desires. So as far as a career is concerned, you're on the train, you're on your way, you're there, go to the front, be the conductor. Just walk through the cabins and you will get there. Just stay on your path, you're okay. It's not too late for whatever it is that you wanted to do, you can still do it. as far as that, how that relates to your relationship, I see this person, this man, as a very supportive of you, and he, as a matter of fact, has always been encouraging you to go ahead and keep, and like you can do this. So I think it's a wonderful influence in your life. It's early in the relationship, I feel. So I think that you both have a way of growing still to go. And you know, a lot of times they just tell you what you need to know today. So just know that you're growing with this person. And he is a supportive person for you. And you are doing okay. You're okay in the career. It's not going to pass you by. Okay.
Okay. All right. So of course I had to pull out my favorite, the romance angels, that I battle with and love and hate all at the same time. So the first question that I asked was, how do you see him? How do you envision him, and how does he fit into your life? And this is my absolute favorite card in the deck, and it's called Calling in Your Soulmate.
Oh, no way.
And it's like your prayers, your affirmations, and your visualizations will help bring you together. But for me, what it really just means is that that's how you see him. You see him as a soulmate, okay? Then the next question is, how do you see yourself? And I feel like you don't, you have a little work to do on yourself, just a little bit. And because the card that I got is, you must love yourself first, you know, and then everything else follows, okay? After you really can step into your own and really just forgive yourself for past things, and see yourself in a different light, that's when this is really going to click for you, okay? And it says your self-respect, it makes you more romantically attractive. And so you have to just work on your how you evaluate yourself, how you see yourself, and then that's going to help you in your relationship, okay? So then the next cards that I got was, what would be the factors that would kind of be like, what's kind of this, you know, where you have to ask questions about it. And the first card that I got is just saying that you feel like there's maybe red flags that you have to watch out for, or that you see and you're not sure about. And you know, you always got to go with your gut. You always have to go with your instinct. You know, don't try to make things work. Okay, if you feel like there's something that's, you know, a little bit of a red flag or cautionary, talk about it. Talk to him about it. Don't just, you know, try to pretend it's not there, and then it becomes like this big elephant in the room later on. Okay. Now, the other card that I got is that religious factors are a factor somehow in this relationship. Could be good, could be bad, but it's definitely a factor. And I asked, as far on his side, what would he consider, you know, something that would be kind of something that you guys needed to work out? And I'm not sure, this is the card that I got. So it says, children, your love life is being affected by children. So I'm not sure if it's his kids, your kids, or maybe the fact that one of you doesn't want to have any more children. So that's something that you guys have to work on, possibly. I'm not sure. And, you know, everything, one of the cards that always pops up is having a heart-to-heart conversation and sitting down and you guys just putting all the cards on the table, and, you know, not just trying to handle each situation and kind of hide it or not work on it. You have to really just put everything out, be completely honest. Both of you have to be completely honest. And, you know, I just don't feel like this is something that can't be worked out. I feel like you guys can absolutely work this out, okay? And then the next, so I just real quick, I'm going to go to this card here. And this is the Four of Air, and it's about taking a break. You know, maybe taking some time away with him to go somewhere. One day, you know, maybe you could get a full day together with nothing, no work, no cell phones, no computer, and just get a break. And I feel like it's also telling you to take, you know, kind of take a break and just evaluate everything, calm down, ground yourself, okay? And then we have the King of Air, who I believe must be your man. and he's he's confidently striding his horse, and he's it says speak your mind with confidence, which is exactly what we're saying. He's brilliant, impartial, professional, diplomatic, and it's just saying, yes, balance yourself out. You have to find you're not balanced, and you have to balance yourself out. So hopefully that works.
I have to laugh because Lady Naya's like, oh my God, this is the funniest thing. I've never even heard this saying, so must be very Southern or something. It says that that she swears that we were talking to her, and then she goes, quote unquote, slides out of the chair. Green beans, dang it. I love that. Whatever.
Okay, cool. I think she got struck by lightning. The light bulb went off in her head and was like, aha.
But what I do want to tell you is that, we are all one. And so that even though that there's messages, supposedly directed to somebody else, but there can be messages in there for you as well. Just as we are readers, when you're doing a reading for someone, there's always something in there for you to take away for yourself. There's always like that aha moment where you're telling something, and you're like, I better apply that to me too. Because it makes sense. Why? Because we're all interconnected. We've all had similar, types of experiences. We're just human. It's part of the human experience. So I always remember I went to a seminar with the Law of Attraction with Jerry and Esther Hicks. And she says, even though you don't sit in the chair, the hot seat, like she calls it, your questions will be answered. And because our general energies, even on a Google chat goes through, which is what I love, your energies are here. So your energy of wanting to get to the truth and hearing the message, it will be also for you as well. So I want to go on to my second reading. And this is a lady who feels that she can't really be her authentic self. She has some situations in her family that are very difficult. And what I was told, and I've already in your records, what I was told, the first impression that I got is with such trying circumstances also comes great blessings. Like the harder it is, the greater your reward, the greater the joy, because you really appreciate the moments that come to you that are special, because your situation is a difficult one, but it's nothing that you can't handle. It's nothing that we choose our situations to learn in this life, and it really is a chance for you to see how much love there is for you and how many wonderful things you also have in your life. So again, it's a lesson for all of us to really sit down and create and think about what we're grateful for, to do a gratitude list. I know whenever I'm feeling like, oh, boo-hoo, it hasn't come to me yet, I sit down and I start writing what I'm in gratitude about. And I start seeing all the things that have happened in the last couple of days that I wasn't seeing really, or I had seen them, of course, but I wasn't really appreciating them and being grateful for them. And I was just focusing on what I didn't have. So really sit down, and one of the techniques to help you through this, to help you through difficulties, is to really start writing what you're absolutely grateful for. And absolutely grateful for just the fact that you have those miracles of life in your life, even though things can be trying and difficult, but that they bring great love to you also. And also know that you have beautiful angels next to you. I'm seeing like a blue, like an indigo light. So I'm thinking that probably your children are indigo children. So that's, It's definitely indigo children. So you definitely have Metatron next to you, and you know he's my man next to Archangel Michael. They come like a match set for me. They're like bookends, okay? Because they are the strongest angels that there are. So if you are surrounded by Metatron, who loves children, who guides us with our intuition by going through the Akashics, by releasing insights to us, how to live our lives. It's definitely Metatron and a combined energy with Archangel Michael, whose presence is super strong today. So take his sword, ask him to give it to you, and you take that sword from him, and he'll hand it to you so you can cut your own cords. Those things that you feel are holding you back, whether it be situations, whether it be your own fears, and just get them out of the way, and you will live a far, far happier life. I promise you. I promise you this is true. I just really feel that. I just know that all will work out, even though, like I said, I'm really getting the sense today for all of us to stop looking at the closed picture. Look beyond what will come, and that's what you have to set your sights on. Forget what's here blocking you temporarily, because remember, everything's temporary. Everything changes anyway, and set your sights a little farther out, and you'll see the bigger picture.
All right, cool. So what I wanted to say about the doing the gratitude thing, it's not about being ungrateful. It's not like you're saying, oh, well, it's not, I'm not ungrateful. No, what it does is it's putting you in a frame of mind, and it's law of attraction. Okay, so when you're saying to yourself, man, I am so grateful for this, and this. Wow, then that starts coming back to you in waves, So it's not like you're saying, well, why would you tell me, I am not grateful. I am, and it's just getting you into that place of a higher energy level and raising your energy and getting you to, wanting to get you to like really a higher, maybe even getting into like the fourth dimension, and I'm going to get into that with the cards, and just helping you to get there, so that it's like basically almost like doing affirmations and raising your vibration is what I'm trying to say. Okay, so the first card that I got for you, and it's right along the lines of what Marian's saying, is that it's renewal. And what I love about this is that this is a family at the beach, okay? And then we have this purple indigo light, like she was saying, and this is renewal. And so there is an opportunity here for you to grasp, for you to take, and it's about you having to take some small risks and take some small chances and reach for that light that he's holding in his hand, and he's holding up, and it's purple. He's purple, like she was saying. Now, the other thing about children is that I also feel that your children are indigo children, and I have a theory about that, and I'll talk about it later on. And I feel like, and I know it's like, wow, my kids, yeah, your kids, and so and I'll talk to you about that privately later. The next card I get, which I feel has to be hubby, is King of Water, and trustworthy, compassionate, respected, and cultured. Okay. And, it's saying, getting trustworthy and heartfelt advice. And on the card it says charity work, but I feel that charity work, it's always that person needs to go out and be of service to their community in some way. In this respect, I feel it's completely the opposite. I think you need to reach out to your community, and there has to be some way, some way for somebody to be able to help you out. Okay, and I think that you need to do some research and tap into that, because I really feel that there's things available to you that if you really like dig deep and you really make like a lot of phone calls, you will find some help. Okay, and you know what I'm talking about, and we'll talk about that later. So the next card I got for you as well, and we talked about this already, is having some time for you. You absolutely absolutely need time for yourself, and we'll talk more about that, of trying to find a way to just get even just a couple of hours. I think just 2 hours a week for you to just do your thing, whatever it is, would be exponential for you, really, honestly. Okay, and then I got the Five of Water. And the Five of Water is one of the cards I really hate to tell people, because but it's so needed, and it's crying over spilt milk in a way, and it's like it's saying things didn't turn out the way that you hoped, and what happens is you just focus on that, okay, and you need to focus on other things. This always reminds me of the Eight of Swords, where there's a woman who's standing in a circle of swords. Her hands are bound, but they're bound very loosely. She has a loose tie around her, around her face, and the swords are spaced far enough apart so she could really walk through them. And the only thing, one of the things that's holding her back is herself. And I know that you have very difficult circumstances, but I feel like you have to start parting the way in between those swords and make them a little bit wider and start trying to get through them. And like I said, that does take a little bit of creative thinking, really like trying to problem solve and create solutions in a very creative manner. And so I think that's really going to be the key for you, is that you have to kind of think outside of the box and think outside of how you normally do things. And I feel like things will get better for you. Okay, it's going to take a little work, but the great thing is that I got the Ten of Air, which is the end of a difficult situation. Embrace the change and expect things to get better now. So really, really great card. I did pull 2 more cards for you real quick that I wanted to show, and this is I love this card for you. It's 29.
Oh.
I love this card because this is so perfect for you, and it says, it is time to speak your truth. You no longer need to hold back what you have to say for fear of what others may think. You are being asked to speak up and share your feelings, your wisdom, and whatever is on your mind. When you have something to say yet hold your words back through fear, you create a blockage in your energy and life. And what I feel is that from this fear of having to hold you back so much is created a huge blockage that is affecting it permeates your everything, like your whole life, like every particular thing in your life. It's like it's just spread. And so it says, speak up. What you have to say is important and worth being heard. If you are a public speaker or have a desire to speak publicly, this card encourages you to start using your voice and start claiming your power. So, and I feel like, this is not going to be an overnight thing. Obviously, this is going to take time, but it's something that, is possible. And I think that you definitely, you're on the right path to it, and it's available to you. And you just have to start trying to not think so much, not come at everything with a fear base, because that's a lower vibration, and start just trying to come from, okay, you know what, I got to handle this. How am I going to do this in a way that I am not like, Chicken Little and I'm, running around and I'm worried? How can I come from this from a place of assertiveness and strength? Okay, so I hope that makes sense.
That's awesome. Actually, that's very much what these energies of are coming in are all about. I want to go now into the third question, and it is about somebody who wanted to know about their career and finances and possibly moving. Apparently, they've had to kind of go back with family and, want to know if they're going to be coming out of that and moving into their own place soon. And the image that comes to me and what came to my mind was, I believe that something with the past life in Chicago, and they're talking about the Chicago fires. So it's like, I think it's either that's how you're feeling, like you've been totally displaced, and that you've been through like this devastating, earth-shattering experience. And and you just you're feeling, they're saying that you feel burnt out is what you're feeling. So I guess that's why I mean, can you just imagine the Chicago fire, how much that burned everything up? That's what you're feeling like you just, wow, no energy left, just can't go forward anymore. And I feel that sense of despondency that you're feeling is actually truly brought from this past life. I really think that I know that what they're showing me is that you were in this experience of the Chicago fire, and the despondency that you felt afterwards, after having lost everything, is very similar. You've been given the opportunity of having that similar experience in this life, and yet we are always given the opportunity to approach it and to handle it differently than we did in the past. And that's one of the main purposes that they're telling me, that your karmic purpose is that you came here to resolve that, to be able to not lose yourself in despondency and despair, but to be able to lift yourself up and to what's the word, to superimpose yourself, I guess, your energies, and to rise above it, and to kind of like put it away and say, oh, phew, got through that one, I don't have to do it in the next life, type of thing. So you really want to allow yourself first a little time of compassion and gentle understanding. And then you'll have to find that inner strength within you, right? I know I keep going back to the same thing, but the message is the same. It's all about courage. You have to find that courage within you. Allow the angels to come in and help you. Ask for their assistance. They're here to help us. And just, know that you are more than this experience. You are more than things that you may have lost. Sorry, losing my throat already, my voice already. You're much more than the material things that have gone out of the way. It's time to stop mourning that loss, and it's time to turn around and pivot and now focus on all of the new things that you can now have by releasing that experience and turning forward. So stop looking back and look forward. Now your guides are getting a little like, okay, they're tough love here. Okay, you can tell the difference when different guides come in. Now the other one's like, okay, that's enough. Let's go. Let's move forward. Put it behind you and be focused and have strength and courage. And you can get over anything. This was nothing. This is nothing. You have health. You have family and love, and family and support from them. They love you. They care about you, and they want what's going to make you happy. So a lot of people don't have that, and you have that. So rejoice in that you have this support and this loving energies around you, and use those energies to create the new. So.
Okay. All right. So it's funny because, we noticed the last time when we did this that there were themes that were recurring through the readings. Okay. So obviously one of them is renewal. Okay. So when you have this, so you basically, it says time to move in a new direction. And so you can either embrace doing what you're doing and doing it and doing it and doing it and getting the same results, or you can change your focus, you can shift your way that you think, and you can just look forward, like she was saying, and embrace a renewal. The renewal is there for you to take, so it's either up to you to grab it or to just stay where you're at. So then the next card that I got is the Page of Earth, and I feel like this really describes you. Okay, it just says dependable, patient, successful, well, maybe not so patient, maybe too patient, and scholarly. And I feel like that these are the traits that are open to you and available for you, and they're who you really are. And you need to get back to those traits, okay? And it says good news about financial matters, wanting to do something more challenging, and possibly a new area of study. So I don't know if that makes sense for you, but the next card that I got is Ace of Air, which is a fantastic card. It's one of the best cards to get, and brilliant new ideas and inspirations. Seeing the truth of a situation, but having a challenging beginning. So of course, this is not just going to be like, oh, now I know what's going on. I know what I need to do. I need to bring in this new renewal. Okay, I'm ready. And it's like, no, okay, it's gonna take a little bit of time. Things will fall into place, but it's gonna be at a slow and steady progress. Okay. So the next card that I got is that you have to release. You have to release something, and I'm sure that when I say that, something clicks in your mind right away, and you're like, oh, okay, I don't know if I really want to deal with that, but it's in order for you to move forward. There are things that you need to let go of. You need to cut cords to. Usually, a part of this is about forgiveness. When I see this card, okay, and so but it does say that it's the end of a phase or a difficult situation. Spiritual transformation, time to move on again. So your guides are really like, come on, girl. Yeah. And again, and I feel like you may be like, well, this and that and this and that. What about this? What about that? What about this? And so I got the 8 of Air, which is when you talk like that, you're blocking yourself. You're trapping yourself. And well, what if and but and it's like the world is against me kind of thing. And so and I'm really surprised, because somebody must be like, somebody's talking to me, because I don't usually get like this with people, because I don't want to piss anybody off. But they're really trying to shake you. They're like, girl, you need to wake up. Let's go. It's time to go, because you got huge possibilities in front of you, and you're, one of the things that we tend to do as women is we have this little voice inside our mouth and brain, and it's always chirping at us, and it's not good. It's not telling us good things, and I feel like that's possibly something that happens with you, is that, one thing happens, and you're like, oh, I can't believe it. This is oh God, my life sucks. Everything sucks. And so what happens is you get this, the universe is trying to please you. So, if you're talking about, well, this isn't great, this is not great, and they're like, well, she's speaking these words, she must want this, so we're going to give her more. And it's like, you have to really do a 360 or 180 and change how you see things, change how you, how you embrace things. You really just need to go for it and just say, you know what, yeah, shit's happened to me, period. Yeah, absolutely. But you know what? I have got to move forward, because doing what I'm doing now, I'm still in the same, I'm not going anywhere. And so again, it's about networking. It's about creative solutions. It's about opening yourself up for new possibilities and saying, you know what, this is possible. I can get my own place. I can get find the job that I actually love. I can. And you have to start with these affirmations. You have to replace the negative speak with something positive. And I always say, fake it till you make it. It sounds, you're just like, well, that sounds dumb. I don't know, that sounds pretty stupid. Yeah, I am. I am a powerful woman. That sounds really stupid. But fake it till you make it. You have to keep doing it and doing it until you get to that place and you're like, that actually feels real. Like, I don't feel like I'm having to just force that, I finally come into that right place. And then I'm going to end with this one, which is the 6 of Earth, which is a great card. It's everything is balanced here. Everything balances itself out. Finances. It says gifts of money, time, or effort. So somebody, what's going to happen is, if you embrace this and you don't say, well, I don't know what the hell they're talking about, I'm done, but if you say, you know what, I'm going to do some work. I'm going to do some work. And if you do that, then little things are going to happen. You're going to get a $20 gift card in the mail and be like, oh my gosh, well, that's kind of cool. Wow, that's neat. Somebody's going to say, hey, you know what? I'm going to sit down with you and help you with your resume. They're going to give you their time. People are going to give you their effort. And things are just going to really move for you, okay? And it says receiving a loan, or paying off debts. So somebody may also give you money that they from like a while ago, and you like you gave up on getting that money back. You're like, I ain't gonna ever see that, and they were like, oh, okay, hey, you know what, I got a bonus, I remembered, I owed you some money. So I feel like things are gonna start looking up definitely for you, and you're going to be getting that job, and of course when you get your finances straight, then you can get your own place.
Exactly. I'm laughing here because Lady Naya is like going, oh my God, I swear you guys are talking about me. Again, the messages are there. It probably is talking about you too, baby. If you feel it's for you, it's for you. So take it and go forward and do something with it. I have to, actually this is working out great because as you're doing the cards, I'm going into the next person's records.
Okay, good.
And now I'm seeing this is a lady who can't seem to move forward from a relationship that she's in. And they've brought out to me a past life so that you could see why you're reluctant to release this relationship. I see you were like a slave girl in, they're saying like Morocco. So I'm seeing you like in a slave market, like a dancing girl or something like this. You were a young girl actually. So I would say probably, I don't know, maybe, 15 or 16 years old, something like that. And basically you were sold to this wealthy man who, had dancing girls, like he was the wanting girl, for his entertainment, for his guests, whatever. And this relationship was that you basically fell in love with this man. He wasn't like a horrible person. It was just, the times or whatever time it was. I would say probably, I'm thinking like 1400s, 1500s, something, maybe even earlier than that, but around that time. So, I mean, you were always his slave, but you fell in love with this person because he was basically a good person. He didn't treat his slaves badly or anything like that. But it was seen that it was the only relationship that you ever had in that life. So you thought that that was love. And but now you've carried that forward to this life. So you think you need to be a slave to someone else's whims, and that you need to be all that they want you to be. And you're so struggling with that because intellectually you understand that you need to be who you are, and that by changing who you are to adapt to this other person, that you are completely and utterly miserable. And you just can never live up to that person's expectations because you can never be what their ideal is. That's impossible. That's like you set yourself up for failure from the get-go. And so it's okay to, what we need to do for you and what you need to do is tell yourself that you release yourself from any contracts from any previous lives, that no longer has any bearing for you. So you need to let that go. So that is one of the things that you can easily let go of just by stating your intention. All you have to say is, I no longer hold myself responsible for any contracts that I have brought over from other lives. Period. End of story. Done. You did. Bring Archangel Michael's sword, cut the cords, and boom, that contract that you had is now no longer, it's void, null and void. Rip it up. Rip it up. So once you see the truth of this, and the reason they're showing me this life is so that you really get the message. That there's nothing else that I could say to you that would make you change your mind right now, unless you understood that you had this past life. So I'm hoping that this is going to be the key for you to allow yourself to realize that it's not something you've done in this life, It's not something that you decided in this life. You're bringing it over from this other life, and it just no longer has any validity or resonance with you. So that is why you have stayed in this relationship or wanted this relationship, because you felt it was the only type of relationship that you could have. But to know that there is so much more for you out there. There is so much more love. There is so much more. There are other experiences in relationships for you to have, for you to truly know what true love is all about. And it is very possible for you, because if you get over that karmic thing, oh my God, the doors will open. And then you will find yourself, and then you will find your true love. Then you will find your twin flame. So, very, very heavy duty.
Okay. All right. So it's funny because, Marion, you opened up with she's in a relationship. And I know both of us thought at the same time, oh, no, I'm not. And I'm like, oh, no, she's not. And then I said, oh, yes, she is. And you know exactly what I'm saying is that, yeah, you are. You are in a one-sided relationship. And so it's time, like she said, to cut the cords. And I think for you that this is going to make so much sense. That past life is going to be like, you know, the biggest light bulb, and you're just going to be like, oh my goodness, all right, this makes total sense to me. And so, you know, the thing is that this relationship that's not a relationship that you're carrying is what's happening is it's stagnating you. And it's keeping everything else in your life, you know, because everything else, you know, my career, and, you know, I want to do this and I want to do that, and I don't know what, you know, why? And it's because nothing is going to move forward. This is your life lesson, and you're not learning. And so the first card that I got was forgiving and learning. Okay, so I think that you have forgiven. I think that's definitely something. I think that you have forgiven him. But it says you need to release and heal the past. You experience more love in your present moments if you learn the lesson. What was the lesson that you needed to learn? You know what it is. And you need to take it and say, you know what? I'm done. I'm moving forward. I know what the lesson is. And I'm going to carry it with me forward, moving forward, okay? And it's saying, you know, you'll experience more in your present moments, because, you know, this is holding you up, and you know this. It is it is sucking everything out, you know, like a vortex. There's nothing else around you, because there's no room for any person to come in, for any man to come into your life. There's nothing, there's no space. And we've talked about this before, and this is why I'm being so adamant, people. Sorry, I'm not usually like this, but I've done readings before. And, you know, you need to make the space happen. And it's there for you to take. And again, I'm surprised the Eight of Swords didn't come up, because you know that the only thing that's holding back is you. Okay, so of course I got the next card, which was unrequited love, and we know this, but I really feel like you really have to get this in there, you know. And it said there's not enough on the other person's side to ever keep this relationship to relight, to come back, to come to light. It's not there, okay. And for you to, you know, to hold on to something that's never going to happen again, you know, and to freeze time. I feel like you have frozen time and you're just stuck, and it's all your own doing, and you know this, and so you really just need to just say, you know what, I need to just suck it up. Seriously, I need to suck it up and not figure it out. I don't want to figure it out. I don't want to know why I feel that way. Who cares? It's done. I don't care. I don't want to know. I don't want to break it down and figure it out. I just need to move forward. You know, and someday maybe I'll know, but right now it's not an issue. It's a non-issue. I can't focus on why, and why do I feel this way, because it's getting you nowhere. Okay, and so I know that you have really good your friends. I know they're talking to you all. They're like, girl, what's wrong with you? And you told me that. So, and it's just, you know, keep them around you, keep your friends around you, and you know, you got good friends, okay? And it says stay optimistic about your love life, you know, that there is somebody who's going to come into your life. But you know what? If that man came into your life today, you wouldn't even look at him. Okay? And so why should he come into your life? Because you're not ready for that. And so they're saying, you know what? You have to start thinking more positively that there is life after this. I feel like your life shut down, and that there's somebody out there for you. And but that person is not going to come in because you're not letting them in, and you're not going to even, you have blinders on. You're like, and you know, there's no point in anybody else trying to come in. Okay, so stop procrastinating is the next card that I got. 7 of water, and saying, you know what, you gotta do what you know what you have to do, and you've always known what you have to do, and it's time to just do it and get over it. The Justice card. So I love that he has a sword in his hands, okay, and he's flying high, and you know, ask for your justice. I mean, you deserve this. You deserve to cut those cords, and you deserve to move forward, and you deserve to have a relationship. And you know this here, but you don't know this here, and you need to learn it here, okay? And it says, you know, do what you know. Do what you know is right. You know, if you need your logical brain to take over from your emotional side, then have your logical side of your brain come in and take over for a while and say, you know what, emotions, heart, you're getting out of the way for a little while, you know, because we need to get on track, okay? And again, I have the renewal card. So this is here for you to take. It's there. Yeah. It's right there for you to take it, and it's up to you to grab it, you know. And not see what people don't understand is, you know, these cards don't always show up for people. So if you have the opportunity to have a renewal in your life and to move forward, girl, you better run. You better run and grab it, because I don't always get these cards for people. And you know, it's like when, you know, it's like how on my path right now, you know, I came to this really, really late. And so I tell everybody and everything, I don't have time. I have no time, okay? I am 44 years old, and I'm not going to waste another moment. I have found my passion, and if people need to get out my way. And what you need to do is tell yourself, you know what? I'm not getting any younger, okay? I got to get out of my way. I am so in my way. Move over, and you know, you could be gone tomorrow. You could be gone in a week or a month. Don't you want to have a relationship where that person feels exactly the same way and treats you like a queen? Don't you feel that you want that? You know, don't waste any more time. That's all I have to say.
Amen, sister. Love it.
Amen.
I'm like, yeah, that's it.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
That's right. No, it's just, you know, I just see it how it's, all of this is relating. You know, the situations look a little different, but the basic message is about renewal, releasing these self-imposed barriers, and taking that leap of faith to find, you know, having the courage to find what it is that we want, you know, not to let fear stop us anymore, and to rule our lives, and to have us live in unhappiness. Full moon magic's like, go Glammy. And it's true. Oh, we got somebody new. Jazzy Lady 71 is now with us as well, so thank you. And okay, give me a sec. Let me clear my little energies here for a sec. I have to just give a little shout out to Bella, Ducati 888. I just love that she posted today that she's a rainbow warrior. I was just thinking about that again, and I'm like, girl, that's my sister. I know it. She's my shaman. She's gonna be there to protect me. It's so funny. I don't feel like I need like protection, because I have so many people who are such strong elements around me that I feel that I am protected always by everybody's energies that's here. It's like, okay, I could just be little old me and be in my little, you know, people kind of see me as living like in a la-la plane, because I really do work in this high energy. It's like, oh, you're too good. You're too good. You know, it's not that I'm perfect. It's just that, you know, I always thought, it's funny because I always thought I was gullible. And I always thought, God, how can I be so intelligent and be so dumb at the same damn time? How can I just believe everything everybody says? And it really came to me that I would be virtually unable to work in these energies that I do if I were that distrusting person. So see within your situation that you saw as being debilitating as really something which is your strength. So you can do this. You can pull yourself out. Find your strength within that which you thought was your weakness. And, you know, as Jesus said, you know, the meek will inherit the earth. Be humble. So I don't know. That just came out for somebody. I don't know that. I just had to get that out there. I don't know who that was for, but definitely I had to share that. All right. This other lady, I just see just something very lovely. We're going into her life purpose. And what came to me was like a garden in India. You know how they have those beautiful, like, you know, palaces, Indian palaces, and they have like the gardens like in the middle of the palace, you know, with the columns all around and the soft running waters and just something very cool, the marble floors, just like an oasis. And that's how what I heard is her life purpose. Her life purpose is to create an oasis for others. So in spirit, you know, obviously not in her house, but to that she provides like refreshment. She provides a breath of fresh air, of a place that's calm. That is what you're supposed to do. That is your life purpose. So it doesn't matter what job you have, because that what they're telling you is your life purpose. It could be done anywhere within anything. That you're like the calm in the center of the storm. You're the cool one. You're the one that is always compassionate and loving. And I think sometimes people may see you, because you bring this calmness and coolness, they may think that you're standoffish when you're really not. And you are quite to the contrary. You do this because you are so compassionate and you are so loving that you provide this space of renewal, a place where people can go and find a safe haven of. So I'm sure you're the one that everybody comes to cry to. I'm sure you're the one that everybody, you know, wants to come and crash on your couch. I'm sure your home, when you walk into it, is just like Zen. Like I just picture just like this quiet, dim, cool energy. So I'm seeing like a lot of blue energy. So you probably do something that has to do with communications, with speaking or presentations or something like that. Maybe I'm thinking maybe even either a social worker or a psychologist or something along those lines where you help people and your tone of voice is very important because you seem to be able to calm people down. So so that is your life purpose. That's I mean, plain and simple. You're the calm, you're the oasis.
Okay, so the first card that I pulled, and I've been pulling, I just keep shuffling, and the first card that I did get was the counseling card. And it may be either a true counselor or a therapist, but you're probably like me, where everybody calls you up and, you know, they're like, they need advice. And or maybe that if that's not the case, which I seriously doubt, then that might be something that you may want to pursue. But the first card in the second shuffling I got was Infinite Abundance. So it was funny when she was saying about, you know, because of the colors that are in here, I'm thinking, yeah, that kind of looks like, you know, reminds me of the fruits of India, you know, the beautiful colors of things. And the next thing I got was that you're definitely going to have to, not maybe formal school, but you know, maybe take seminars and, you know, who knows? I'm just throwing stuff out there, like in Reiki or.
Oh,
you know,
that's what I think. I was thinking about healing. I was thinking about healing also, and it slipped my mind.
I feel like you're gonna do a couple. You're gonna, and you probably like us. We have so many different interests, you know, and I feel like either you love to cook, or you know, something about you know, that's finding your comfort place, like maybe where people ask you stuff and things like that is when you're cooking, or but it says that nutrition may play a part in your makeup. So it could be that you're, you know, maybe vegetarian, you're vegan. I don't know, but I feel like it's definitely part of you have a lifestyle going on, and you're really interested in a lot of different things. But I feel like the best thing for you is that you're definitely going to have to get more training in something, whatever it is that that your life purpose is going to be. And the other thing that I got was the spiritual teacher. So I feel like in the future, I don't feel that this is immediate. I feel like you're on a progression, okay? You're just starting out. You're like a little baby. And so you're taking your little baby steps. But I think in the future, whatever it is that you're learning, you are going to, it says you heal. So you're going to heal by spreading what you have learned with classes, sessions, and seminars, and also being a very open person, not being judgmental. I feel like that you're not judgmental about other people's fates and what they find their truth is. You know, you're not one of these people who like leaves a comment and is like, oh, you're going to burn in hell. Yeah. But
well,
yeah,
maybe the ashram that I saw is hers.
I see. I don't know. I definitely feel like you have
an ashram somewhere.
You have to. You're gonna definitely, whatever it is that you decide to do, you have to learn about it. You have to, you know, take a seminar or course, a degree, something. You have to definitely. You're going back to, you know, you're going to learn again. You're gonna have to be doing homework and stuff like that. You know.
Okay. The sixth question is they didn't give me a specific question, so it was just kind of like what comes out today. And I just wanted to oh, there we are. 888 Monad's here with us, and she's telling us love, light, gratitude, and beautiful divine feminine energies. And so thank you for that. And everybody's like, I think we're in a very pink, you know, very pink energies, very loving and compassionate, and very, I feel like very motherly today, like very, like, oh, they're all my babies, you know. That's how I'm feeling. All right, let me just get into this sixth person who just said, you know, whatever it is that needs to come through for them today. Oh gosh, okay. Well, they're telling me I need to just go to my, I'm pulling out my goddess guidance card. My new favorites just are. They're beautiful, lovely, and love the energy. Just a really great energy. And oh, okay. Let's see. I'm going to do what Stasha said. I was watching her video today. Usually when I get like 3 or 4 cards flying out, like I'll take the first one, but I think sorry, I'm going to have to do the reading this time. Look who's here. Kali, beginnings and endings. Okay. So the old must be released so that the new can enter. This card, this is such a beautiful card, and she's all this blue energy with just this beautiful flower here, the lotus opening up, and that bright yellow in the middle, and the red energy. So I think that this, and here we have the moon in eclipse. How perfect is that? Look at that. That's gorgeous. So today's a big stepping stone for you, and you're being told to use your third eye. Look, it's an actual eye. I haven't really seen these cards before. So use your third eye. Go, you know, this is really a powerful moon. Go out tonight in the moonlight and just, you know what, just release it to the goddess. Release it to Kali and say, take whatever it is that's been holding you down, to let it go. And who comes in after us is, it seems to me that there's this secret little thing hiding within you that is a very adventurous type of person, but nobody's ever seen this person. So here is Freya with bold. And it says, unleash your adventurous side. Take risks and be daring. And that was another message, you know, along with Archangel Michael's sword, to be bold, to be daring, to just get out there and start living your life. Have fun. You know, what are we waiting for? Really, what are we waiting for? Are we waiting for it to be too late and we have to start all over again? Because I don't feel that we ever end, but gosh, just to sit back and say, wow, I'm so happy with everything that I was able to accomplish, and I was so happy that I overcame my fear and had these fantastic adventures, which is this life, which is seeing the sacred. And the next card that comes in is Nematoma with sacred space. So I know you live in a place where there's a lot of very strong divine feminine energies. It says to create an altar or visit the power place. So I think it's time for you to go back to that power center. Go to those sacred spots that are near you. Tonight is full moon. They have to be having something. And if not, I'm even running the risk of telling you to go for Belthing. I know there has to be a huge event for Belthing. And so you need to go there. You need to be in that space of the goddess and say, I'm ready. I'm ready to live the adventure that is my life. And who will come in for you is abundancia. So abundance will come to you. Abundance of love, abundance of prosperity, abundance of experience. The universe is pouring its abundance out on you. Be open to receiving. And here are my rainbow colors, folks. Love it. I'm sorry, but this is I think this is the way that she will understand the reading from the Akashics. So I think it's really going to speak to you, having these goddesses come out, because I know you're very connected to the goddess energy, and I know that each and every one of these has spoken something special to you. So that is what they want you to know. Go out tonight. Go to those sacred spaces. Go ahead and look forward to that next adventure. Like, what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? I can't wait to hear.
Okay, it's funny. It's so funny. I was laughing when you said about the creativity and her being, being mischievous, because these are the two cards that I got right away, and the attributes are Page of Fire, which is outgoing, creative, confident, mischievous, and passionate, adventurous. So I was like, oh my God, I love when that happens. Okay, and so it's just basically doubling up on what she's saying and confirming what she's saying, is that you have this side to you, and you kind of have let it take away your self-assuredness, and your adventurous side, and so you really need to embrace those sides of you, and moving forward. And it's also about being a little spontaneous too, which is hard to do, but it's kind of an organized spontaneity, if that makes any sense. And that's something that you really, really need to embrace. Okay, again, we got this card, which is about taking a break, but I don't think in this case for me it's about meditation, because it says meditation may provide answers. So I feel like with this new take on trying to move forward and try to tap into your, get back into it, I feel like it's something that you had, that you, before life came in, like you were a fun, spontaneous, adventurous person, and confident and self-assured, and you're going to ask in your meditations, and when you go to these sacred sites, to tap into these goddesses and say, okay, you know what, I know I have this within me. I'm ready to bring this back into my life. Open that door for me. Okay, and then we have the Seven of Earth. Okay. Which is seeds well planted, and then you get this beautiful tree. It says there's a temporary pause in action, and usually that pause in action is something that we have caused ourselves, and it's not because anybody else has stopped us dead in our tracks. It's because we're like, what the heck do I do now? And so it's just saying, you know what, you have the seeds. All you got to do is water them. You're not watering them, and you're unnecessarily worrying, because you're just like, oh my gosh, when is this going to happen? Why am I stuck in this phase? And so it's kind of just like becoming a self-fulfilling prophecy. And I think that, just trying to adopt this, going back to this way of what you were and what you are is really going to help catapult you in a lot of different ways. And I don't know, I got two very masculine cards, so I feel like somebody's coming your way. I got the King of Earth, who is, and it's also talking about successful time. Confidently accept opportunities that you're offered, okay? This person is generous, professional, responsible, and practical, obviously very down to earth. But these opportunities, I feel like you get opportunities every once in a while and you shoot them down. And you're like, no, I can't do that. Oh, I can't do that because of this, and this. And you're going to have another one, and it's saying, yeah, you know what, fake it till you make it. You're probably going to be like trembling inside, like, oh my God, I don't know, that's really huge. But you're going to be like, yes, I will do that. I would love to do that. You're going to put a fake smile on your face and go, yeah, I'm ready for that. Yeah. And don't turn down things that are coming your way. I feel like you kind of have self-sabotaged yourself a little bit, okay? And then I got, again, this masculine card of the Emperor, which is Archangel Michael. And those attributes are, I feel like this is the King of Earth, this person. Our organization, logic, structure, and discipline. I feel like this is going to be this person, this King of Earth. But what I do like in this is that it's the leadership card. And, it says leadership. And what I feel like is that you have to take control of your life now. You have to step in and say, you know what, that's it, I'm done. I'm tired of wondering and what if, maybe, and, now it's time to say, you know what, that's it. I'm going to make shit happen. And I'm not going to wait for these things to happen for me. I'm going to create opportunities for myself. If opportunities don't come my way, then guess what? I'm going to make those opportunities. And I feel like once you do all these things, that things are just going to really pop for you.
Great. Okay. We have some. Oh, we've got another someone new, Sandra666. Hello to you.
Hi.
And Amenti Anuket. The readings that we're doing today are actually for people who have already donated and requested our reading, but not to worry. We can be scheduled for a personal one, or I know we'll be doing more of these joint readings, so probably for our new moon. So unless you want to go and donate now, and just let me know that you've done it. But what you do need to do is inbox me or Facebook me with the information of your name. Otherwise, I can't read for you. So I hope that answers your questions. Okay, next person. This was somebody that had joined us in the last free event, but didn't get to. That I wanted to be able to offer something because I missed seeing the comment, and they had Facebook, and for some reason I didn't see it. So, okay. I'm seeing a situation where you're really. It seems to me that you're very angry, and because I could see you yelling, like you're arguing, like like you're just all out, like, oh my gosh, over the top. You're really, really mad about a certain situation. It's like you're indignant at the injustice, and it's really kind of something that's hit very close to your personal beliefs. And so you're like outraged. Okay. And they're saying that don't give energy to the fight, because it doesn't really serve any purpose except to fuel it, fuel the resistance. In other words, what you resist persists. So what you see as an injustice, let's talk about, they're telling me to talk about, let's say, injustices in the world per se, like children starving, people homeless, you know, people suffering in wars. That instead of our focusing on these global atrocities and these global harm, it reminds me of Mother Teresa saying that she would never go to an anti-war rally, but if you had a pro-peace rally, she would be there. So there is ways for you to see the solution without focusing on the problem. Also to remember that the solution and the problem are not in the same vibration. Because if the problem was created here, the solution must needs be at a different level and vibration of energy. But if you're going to be at the same level of energy as the problem, you will never solve it. And even though you see that that why aren't people focused on this problem? Why aren't more people aware? And you want to make them aware of the problem. And you're ready to hear this because they're telling me. It may not be what you wanted to hear, but it's what I'm going to say. They're telling me you need to focus on the solution. You need to focus on getting people to help donate for a children's hospital or help donate for a school. What are the results? What is it that the people need that you're trying to help? What do they need? They don't need you to give them money. They need you to give them resources. So look outside the box. This is it. Think outside the box. You are not limited, and neither are they. Each person brings into their own reality, based on their vibrations, certain events in their life that they go through because they have chosen this lesson. I am not to say that you are consciously choosing to see something that is horrific. However, you have chosen certain lessons, and it has just come about in that way. So they're telling us that you can do great things if you just tweak your perception. So our perception creates our reality. Our thoughts create our reality. So shift your thoughts. Look at things in a little bit more positive light. Try and look at the solution as to what good things can be done versus stopping the bad things. I don't know if that makes it clear, you know, if you understand what that means. If you don't, you can inbox me, but that's what I'm getting for you.
Okay, so this is what I'm getting. And I feel like your heart is in the right place, but I have women like this in my family. They got to tell it like it is. They got to tell it like it is, whether you want to hear it or not. And I feel like that could be you, possibly, maybe. And what happens is everything that you're trying to accomplish, when you're like that, it goes out the window because nobody's really listening to what you're saying because, like, oh, here she goes again. Here she goes, you know. And so you have to let me know if I'm right or wrong about that, okay? But the thing is that the message, like where you're coming from or what you're wanting to do, is coming from the very good place. And like she says, you just kind of have to tweak how you come across. And I am sure that if this is the case, that people have told you this before, but if you really want to make a difference, you really want to help people, then you're going to have to tone it down a little bit, okay? And if you want to be successful, and sometimes, you know, people don't want to. This is what I tell my dad. You know, we don't want to hear your truth. You know, my dad's like, well, I'm going to tell it like it is, and I tell my dad, well, I don't want to hear what your truth is and what you feel about it. If I ask you your opinion, great. If I don't, you know, and you'll have to let me know if I'm, you know, way off base or not. If I am, I'll do another reading for you separately, okay? The first card that I get is 5 of Air, okay? And this is, you can see they're bickering, they're fighting with each other. And they're supposed to be, what I love is that in traditional tarot, they're supposed to be a team working together. And they're for this one benefit, for this one goal, and they're not working together, but there is a possibility of them doing so. There's a possibility of them getting it together, putting everything to the side and say, okay, you know what, we need to reorganize this, put the other stuff to the back, and let's figure out a solution so that everybody can just get out of this and move forward, okay? And so the next card that I get is 10 of Water. Now, for me, this is about forgiveness with someone else, okay? And usually this is another woman in your life. It's either a mother, a sister, an auntie, or a really, really good best friend. And it's saying, you know what, you know, in this card it says it's a contented and rewarding family life, but I feel like this is something that you may have to heal, that you may have to work on. Or maybe that you weren't talking for a while and now you guys are back together again. But I feel like this is something that it's on your mind and you really just want to say fuck it, you know, whatever, I don't care. But you know, really there's a small part of you that does kind of care. And so you know, it's about saying maybe I will take that first step and be the one to kind of, you know, put out that olive branch. And if it gets, you know, turned down, then you know what, I did the right thing and I can move forward, you know. And then I got the 3 of Air, not surprising, which is also a family card to me as well, which means that there's a lot of forgiveness that you need to do. Like, you may not want to do because you're so self-righteous and you're so like, well, that was wrong. That was wrong. They did the wrong thing, you know. But it's not really about doing any benefit for them. This is about doing something for you to heal yourself so that you can move forward and say, you know what you did, that was messed up. But you know what, I'm done with you. I forgive you. I forgive you because I have to do this for me, for myself, so that I can move forward. And it's not about you, it's about me. I'm putting myself first by forgiving you. And you know, and this is what we call shadow work in the witches world. We call it shadow work, where you have to dredge this stuff up, which nobody wants to look at. It ain't pretty. And you know, acknowledge it, face it, forgive, and let it go. Okay? And that's totally, you know, this is something that I really feel is necessary for you. It's where a lot of your anger may come from. And so I feel like when you make that shift and that change to do that, you know, is the world going to be a better place and everything's going to be miraculous? No. But I feel like it's going to help you not see things in a different way, but just be better for you. Like, for you to be like, you know, just to come from a little bit calmer place, okay? So I feel like there's going to be an event coming up for you to go to, and I want you to just go and have a good time. Like, just, you know, there's no sitting there and, you know, tearing anybody down and be like, oh, look what she came in, oh my God, I can't believe she went. It's about you just being in the moment and just having a good time and just having fun and letting loose and just really, really, really just being in the moment, okay? And it says, you know, what's going to happen for you if you do all this is that you're going to, this is the 2 of Fire, and that your relationships are going to get better with the people that count, not just with anybody, with the people that are important to you. If you embrace this change, if you embrace the forgiveness and moving forward. And it says there's new contracts also, so I don't know what that's about, but just keep moving forward, that the opportunity is there for you to move forward, okay? And then the Nine of Earth, which is great, and it says just enjoying life's little luxuries and successful self-employment. And you know, it's like what Marion said, with enjoying life's little luxuries, it's saying, wow, you know what? You got to see a beautiful sunrise, maybe that not that many other people around you got to see, and it was just for you, basically, because you were in your backyard, and this was something that you saw, and it's like gratitude. It's like being grateful. Okay, you know what? A lot of shit happened to me, but you know what? Let me see what can I say about today that was cool? What can I say about today that was great? You know, that I woke up. That's a fucking miracle. That's amazing, right? You know, and so you just have to start saying, you know what, I'm just going to start appreciating some of these little things. And I think that, you know, it's up to you whether you want to stay doing what you're doing, which, you know, there's nothing wrong with that. But, you know, if you want to see, obviously you're having this reading for a reason. And it's because deep down you want to see a change, but you just don't want to admit that you're the change, and you have to do some work, and you have to do the change yourself. But it's possible. The possibilities are out there for you. And I feel like once you do this, you're going to be way more powerful than you were before. Like you're just going to be like, wow, you know. So it's there for you.
That's really awesome. And it's so funny because you're talking about, you know, being so much better, and the reading that I did today for the oracle cards with the angel cards was, the last card that came out was Metatron with miracles, and yet the other thing that came through to me was everything being simple pleasures, like just very simple things that give you pleasure, and that's what you can focus on. So that really came through.
I agree.
It's so funny. I just kind of switched over to Facebook for a minute while you were talking, and the next person, her question actually has to do with, should she learn the Akashics?
Oh, wow.
And you know, a while back, a long time ago, not recently, but I tried to kind of like insist on teaching someone the Akashics who I thought was like spiritually like aware, and you know, is a light worker, and you know, just thought they were, you know, on the same page. And I realized from that moment that it didn't work, not because I couldn't teach it, but because they weren't ready to learn it. And then I realized that the Akashics are like anything else, that the student must find the teacher. And it's funny, the only cards that I pulled out because I just felt like working with them were the angel cards and the goddess card. But I go on to my Facebook just now, and I see a card that Bella Ducati has pulled. And it's very appropriate for you. And it is from the Wisdom of the Hidden Realms deck, and it's the Altar Priestess. And it's talking about preparation, prayer, sacred ritual. I just have to read it to you because as I read it, it really spoke to me about your path. It says, the stage is set, and the world is waiting for you to take your place in sacred meditation and prayer. As your ally, the Altar Priestess brings the ritual of reverent interaction with the mundane world. You are being required now to see everything as sacred, all of life as a meditation, and every action as a prayer of devotion. When you are able to perceive the world in this way, your question will lead you to the appropriate answer. If all is sacred, how can anything be wrong? Ask how you can shift your consciousness to see your circumstances through the eyes of the divine, and you will realize how perfect and sacred everything is right now. So I think that's a beautiful message for all of us, for everything that we've been talking about today. But in specific, what comes through to me for this in particular, the Altar Priestess, is that you're ready. You're ready to take that next step. Whatever it is that your inner self is leading you to do, then that is what you must do. The Akashics really are for everyone. They are our source of guidance and intuition for this moment now, which is the only moment that we have in which we can create shifts in perception, in which we can have, we can create basically new universes, and we can have anything that we want by creating it in the now. And the Akashics, as you'll see by these readings, they speak to your heart, because they speak to you on a soul level. So when I say they speak to you on a soul level, those of you that are watching and saying, oh my God, I'm getting this from this message and I'm understanding that message, that is the Akashics. That's how it speaks to you. It speaks like it's speaking to you and you alone. So the answer, so in other words, the answer is yes. I think you should. And if that is what you feel you have been led to, then for sure, go ahead and start studying up on the Akashics and read up on it. Take my course, or I mean, there's a myriad of ways you could do it, but I would be most happy, of course, to be a teacher, which is what came out for me today, is that not only am I supposed to be a healer, but a teacher as well. So for those of you who are called to do Akashics and are called to do more, I would be most happy to be the teacher in that case. So very succinctly, you are opening into these expanding, you're evolving, and you're going to have many gifts and many things that you can pull from. There's a whole choice of light workers paths that you could choose. So the answer is yes. Anything that makes you evolve is a choice.
Okay, all right. So it's funny because I pulled I pulled from the same deck, and I found out what this card means.
Oh.
I wrote it down somewhere, and I really just want you to look at it and know that this is, I can tell you that this is Metatron, okay? And I wrote this down, so if you inbox me, I will try to find what the meaning is. My deck, is yours the same way? Did it not come?
Actually, Mandy said that if we contact Finhorn, they'll send us one. That apparently the first ones were done without that. But I will tell you what that card is, because I know which one it is.
Okay, wait 1 second. I want her to just look at it. Sorry. Real quick. No, just real quick. I want you to look at it for just a minute, digest it. This is a diamond, okay? And this is Metatron's sigil, which of course he's one of the ones who's associated with the Akashic records, okay? That's why I find this interesting that this is the first card that came up. I want you to look at this here, and what does this here mean for you, okay? And then she'll tell you what it means, what the card represents.
Oh no, I'm not going to tell her now.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I have it written down somewhere. But I want you to just, what does that mean for you? I know what it meant for me when I saw it. I was just like, oh wow, it's like the mystery card, and it's like the wild card at the same time. So it's really, really cool. And I'll she'll tell you what it is later. And then I got Raphael with communion, okay? And so for me, I'll read the card, but communion with the Akashics. That's what I see it as. And it says, let's see. Okay, so Raphael's oracle card reminds you of the great Islamic tradition of Hajj, an annual pilgrimage to Mecca where pilgrims celebrate a communion with their earthly brothers and sisters in face of the divine. So the objective is twofold, collective petition as a group, and praise of the divine. Therefore, observe where communion is not apparent in your life. Know that the source is within you, ever present and all wise, wishing you to reveal the joy of your life. Chant Om 3 times to align with the communion of the holy angels, and Raphael will show you the way. So really, really beautiful card. And then I pulled one more card from the Divine Guidance from Shirley Harnish, and this is number 39. And it says, resolution. Life is like a puzzle, and we put the pieces together in a way that fits for us. Until now, your puzzle hasn't seemed to fit together in a way that has made sense. What seems out of harmony will now begin to feel balanced. Even though some things feel like they just won't work, shifts and adjustments are happening now. You will find that things will start to fall into place, and that everything will fit together perfectly in your life. So, hope this makes sense to you.
Actually, I pulled one of the angels from Atlantis, and I got Jophiel with meditation.
Oh my God. So did I. I did. I was doing. Oh my God! I put it. All my cards just fell on the dang floor. But I pulled the Jophiel meditation card too, and I just didn't think it would resonate. So that was dumb.
And then right next to it, there's Metatron with the Akashics,
Oh
Divine
wow!
Intelligence.
Yeah,
So.
I can't believe I just dropped all my cards. Ah! But I swear, I pulled that card, and I was like, I don't think that's gonna. I don't know if that's gonna really resonate with her.
So basically, it's telling you to go within and to listen to your inner source. So, I'm going on now. This is number 9, and this is regarding a relationship. And I'm getting something kind of a little funny, but so I'm just going to say it like they say it. It's like, why are you worried about this now? Like, what are you doing? It seems to me like a feminine energy that's coming through, and they're telling you that they like they don't want you to focus on the relationships. Okay, they want you to focus on, like, I don't know, like your path, your soul, your work, your studies. I probably because I think you're either studying or going into college, or just finishing or just going into the workplace. So you're really in at a very young age, and they're just telling me, like, what are you thinking? You have so much work to do. There's so much experiences for you to have. And it's not that they don't want you to have a relationships. They want you to have relationships, but they don't want you to be lost in the relationship and use it as an excuse in order not to, in order to say, well, like to have a backup. And if I fail, oh, well, it's their fault because I was in the relationship. In other words, not accepting and taking the responsibility for your life and your actions. And it's so funny because I was just reading about something similar to that earlier. Now I can't remember what I was reading in. But it was basically this kid's at the bus stop with this girl, and this man comes and he gets out of the car and he starts yelling at him like, what do you think you're doing? You're going to ruin your everything that you've worked for. You're going to just throw it away. What are you doing here? And it turns out that the man who came to yell at this kid was his tennis instructor, and it was 2 weeks before this huge championship. And basically he was so afraid that if he lost this championship, well, that he could always blame it on, because I was with my new girlfriend. But he realized that he had to step into his own responsibility, take responsibility for his own life, and that we can't really blame anybody else but ourselves for things that come into our life. So that we need to prepare. We need to be prepared. We need to, if we want something, we need to devote our time to it to be able to bring it about into fruition. Yes, things can come by through synchronicities, but only if you've already taken the steps to put it into play. It just, it doesn't fall out of the sky necessarily. Yeah, they say, oh yeah, I'm an overnight success that took 30 years, because it took them that long to get to where they have the success. So, you have to put in the work, because our intention, our passion, our responsibility for ourselves, our actions, and what we do is really comes back to us as accomplishments, and it comes back to us. So I would not be there saying don't put the focus on the relationships. You can have your relationships, but the focus needs to be on you and what you want to achieve. That's where your focus needs to be right now.
Okay, and I'm going to second that. And you're probably not going to be happy about that.
Of course you
are.
I'm
going to second it. Okay, and so
what I love are in the house.
Yeah, what I love is you deserve love, but what I'm concentrating on is Diana, Artemis, and any of these cards is about focusing.
Yes.
And you got to keep your focus primarily on other, you know, not just relationships. Not that you can't flirt and have a good time and keep things really, really light. You can do that, okay? But right now, and it's telling you, you know what, right now you need to focus on other things because it's worth waiting for. You know, the men are always going to be there, honey. They're always going to be lining up at the door, okay? So, you know, so it's just divine timing. Just divine timing. It's not divine timing right now for you to fall into a relationship, like a deep relationship with someone. You really need to keep things lighthearted and, you know, not, you know, just go, oh, I'm just seeing somebody, you know, not that, oh, that's my boyfriend or anything like that. Just, and if you do that, that has to be a bonus. The guy has to be a bonus to what you're already doing. Okay, and your other things have to be your focus. He cannot be your focus right now. Okay, you know, you have to do your thing right now. Okay, this is your time for you, and he could be an added bonus to the package, but that's all he can be right now. And so I feel like your fears about yourself, you know, are what's really coming to surface right now. Your ego is kind of getting in the way, and it just says that, you know, you're starting to feel like a false sense of entrapment and being overly focused on material things. And material things, I think this is one of them. And it just says you have to release your negative or your fear-based thoughts, and that right now you know, you have the world at your fingertips. Okay. You know, a job well done. They're patting you on the back and saying, damn, you know, you've done pretty good so far. Like, you're doing great. And that you're on the right path. And this is another great card, which is the wish card, which is basically what you really want, what you want in other things and in your life and what you're pursuing, that you're manifesting that. So keep on that track. And again, I got the Sun card. I mean, whatever you're doing, I mean, you're really you're really just getting green light. Go, 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 and keep on going. Okay. You know, don't let any deep relationships and concerns and worries about, you know, having a boyfriend or, you know, hold you back. You know, you need to concentrate on this, and then who cares? You can have, you know, you can have the husband and all that, and have fiance or have a deep relationship. But right now, just keep things light because you need to focus on your pretty much, I feel almost like your life purpose. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you need to start, because you're almost there. You're almost getting to the point where you're fulfilling your life purpose. And if you're distracted with
so young.
With relationships already, that's like, you know, keep that. There's plenty of guys out there, girlfriend, you know, and you can have your man, but he's got to be, you know, he's got to be to an addition to your life, not a huge like part of your life, because right now you got other things to work on.
Absolutely. All right, we've got two left. Two Gemini. I'm going to do yours last. Okay, hon.
All right, who's next? I mean, well, not who,
but number. This is going to be number 10. Number 10. All right. I'm getting something about I'm getting this a lot. I'm getting something about teaching. So I don't know if you are a teacher or if you need to be teaching something. And you're probably going to say, oh, well, what in the, you know, like, no, what am I supposed to be teaching? And it's not that I see children. I see teaching like other adults, and I see teaching on, it's not a classroom. It's not, I think it's more spiritual teachings, basically. I think really what it is they probably want you to come out and play, as they say. I think you need to come out onto YouTube and do some vids. And share I think it's more about a sharing of your gifts, because each one of us have something special to give. And it's so funny, there's a lot of light workers, and we all do tarot, we all do oracle, we all do all these things. And yet if you'll see the readings, they, even though they may have elements that are a trend of energies, but each one puts their own spin on it. You see each one is different. Like, I never get tired of watching the videos on YouTube. Like, I'd spend my whole day just watching everybody's readings, you know. And I was like, I don't have enough time in the day to do all that. But so I think that, you know, you may feel that, oh, there's just so many people doing this. Why, you know, why am I going to do this? And I think I really want to encourage you. One, because it's a form of self-expression. Two, because it helps you find your voice. And three, it helps you actually see the readings for yourself. Like, I always get a message out of every single reading. I think it's for me. Like, okay, I'm going to share this, but this is for me. And that's the way it is. And I think that when you operate from your heart center, that's the way it is, because you're sharing a part of yourself. And you are putting it out there, and you are subject to having other people what you think or whatever. But I think the overriding feeling for me when I'm on YouTube, and I never thought I was going to be this way. From the very beginning, I have loved being on, you know, doing my videos. I just love it. And it just felt right. It just felt like I was doing what I was supposed to be doing, and I was doing something I really like to do. And it was like combining all these elements. So you can find that that as a teacher, you're free to make your own rules. You're free to do whatever you want, because there's nobody to tell you, oh, you can't do it that way. Well, yeah, no, there's nobody here to say that I can't do my readings jointly with Glammy, or there's no one to say that I can combine an Atlantis card with a Wisdom of the Divine. I don't know, whatever. It just, whatever makes sense to you is what's right for you. So I think you're starting to find, and you want to express yourself, because I'm seeing like throat chakra, like all of this energy here. I'm thinking probably you've had a cold or allergies or something that's like, you know, like you're dying, you know, coughing your head off, because you know what, your words are stuck in your throat is what it is. That's the problem. You're not speaking out. You're not speaking who you are. You're not sharing with others. So basically, those words are being stuck in your throat, in your craw, as they say, and you're not going to be able to move forward unless you find an outlet for this information that is bottled up inside of you. And before you like explode, you need to really start finding a creative outlet for you to be able to express this. So that's what I get.
All right, so I'm going to go to, let me start here. Again, I got the, well, not again, but I got the ego card, and I feel like you definitely got to get that ego out of your way. You know, it's the fear. Ego doesn't want you to get to spirituality, because it doesn't want you to leave it behind. And so it's gonna scare you to death and say, oh, you better not do this, you better not, you know, God, what would happen, you know? So you really have to kind of get that out of the way, get ego out of the way, you know, talking in your ear, so that you can kind of sit down and focus and say, okay, what is it that I really want to do? Because the card that I got is this card, and it's so beautiful, and she's just free. She's free. And it's saying that you're free to make, you're on the right path, and you're free to make that decision, you know. And you really have to let go of these fears and just free yourself, so that you can start concentrating on what you want to do. So the next cards that I got is basically the Justice card. Now, I'm not sure if this is something that you're considering, wanting to protect something, wanting to bring justice and fairness to something, to a particular either group of people, or to do right by people. and that's part of it. But it says that, you know, your career will bring fairness and protection to others who need your help. So it may not be literally becoming like a paralegal or a legal assistant, but it's just that, you know, you're bringing balance and fairness to people. And I feel like you're definitely going to have to study. You know, I love it because here's this older gentleman, and you know, it's never too late to learn something new. But it says reading, research, and education will help you gain the confidence and clarity about your career. Okay, and I feel like, you know, you have an opportunity here. It says the flowers card. But I don't know. I don't think that necessarily means working with flowers. It could be just working outdoors. But for me, this is about letting your, you know, open your flowering, like you're flowering and you're opening up. And you really just need to open up and be honest with yourself, you know. Say, this is what I want to do. Now, am I petrified about picking this? Yeah. But at least be honest and say, you know, these are what the things that if I had $1 million right now, and money was no object, and there was no obstacle, no barrier, and I had a way to support myself, what would I do right now? What would be my passion? What would I want to do? So the next card that I got is the environmentalist card, okay? And for me, you know, it says you're an earth angel who was born to protect, nurture, and teach about nature and the animals. So I'm not sure if this is necessarily something that you're interested in environmentalism and conservation and stuff like that. But what I love in this picture is this inner child. This is the inner child. And I feel like you really need to let that speak. You really need to let her voice what she really, really wants. And, you know, and then work everything else around it. You know, instead of being afraid and letting it shut you down and keep you from what you want to do, find a way to make it happen. You know, and I just love that because she's just in the moment. You know, she's not thinking about tomorrow. She's not thinking about what happened yesterday, what's going to happen in 5 minutes. She's just living in her truth and in her moment. So I feel like, you know, if you really open yourself up and you're really honest, that you know what you want to do. And like I said, the best way to tell what you want to do is if there was nothing in your way and you could do it tomorrow. What would you do? And then you need to find a way to make it happen and pursue that.
Okay, so we're to 11, number 11. Ooh. Oh, I'm 66. Karen.
Oh my God, we stayed on long enough?
Oh, wait. She's hanging out with us. She just showed up. Oh, my goodness. Thank you. I love it. Well, we're on number 11. And I pulled 3 cards, and I really I just was guided to pull from the Divine Guidance cards, which I have.
Oh, cool.
And I just think it speaks to you specifically, but it speaks to the entire group as well. And I haven't picked this card too much from this deck, but this is, I don't know if you can see the spectacular blues of this card. And this is the Archangel Michael card. And he's telling us to go in again, to cut the cords and to release. That is the message. And I just love it's everything from a turquoise to a cerulean blue to like a purple blue. I mean, it's just multitudes of, like, here's his wings, and right here in the center is that solar heart energy plexus energies, and it's yes, it's 38. Oh, that's true. 38 on the card equals 11. Well, then you're gonna love this one, which is the actual 11 card. Okay, which is infinite possibilities. So you're being told, I mean, look at these energies. They're purple and green, the heart chakra and what is the crown and the third eye. So that once you release yourself from these bonds, your possibilities are ad infinitum. I mean, they're just here for you to really, and again, whenever you see swirls of energy here and Shirley's cards, that means that the energy is really flowing and it's really potent. And the last card I pulled, it's my rainbow heart.
Wow.
It's the number 7. And of course, it is the heart-centeredness card. So seeing things from a heart-centered view, seeing things of being heart-minded, and really allowing spirit and energy to speak through the heart chakra and through that place of love and compassion, and it's this is really speaking to me today, because this rainbow heart, it means a lot to me. That's my connection to my daughter right there. That's the energy of love. So, oh, I'm gonna cry. I got all emotional.
Okay. All right. So I took a cue from you, and I used the Divine Guidance book, and the first card I came up with was number 1. Okay.
Oh, wow.
And if you look at it, it looks like an angel, and it says angelic being. Your angelic being has been with you since the day of your birth and will continue to be with you when you cross through the veil and return home. Your angelic guardian is asking you to look for signs and synchronicities. They are trying to communicate with you now. In a whisper of gentle guidance, you may hear your name being called, feel the subtle touch of a feather or a tender tickle. You may see a sign on a billboard, a magazine, or even on TV. Keep your awareness open to the messages that they are bringing you. Okay, then the card I got is number 13.
Oh.
And this is the opening card. And it says, your intuition and your psychic connection is open and flowing, allowing you to access higher realms of knowledge and understanding. Sometimes when we receive guidance or information from these realms, it can be a bit confusing or unclear. There's a lot of information moving through your subconscious that your conscious mind has yet to process. It does get easier in time. The more you use it, the stronger it becomes. Just remember, this open connection is how you are naturally meant to operate. You are now in direct communication with other realities and your higher self. And then the last card that I pulled is number 42. Okay. Light body guide. So you got a lot of guides trying to get through to you. You got Archangel Michael, you have this angel guide, now you have a light body guide. And it says, lately you may have noticed some strange things happening within you. Your light body is moving into a higher vibration, and as this shift occurs, you may not feel like your normal self. This guide has come to let you know that being absent-minded, forgetful, unclear in your thinking, or feeling heart palpitations and other strange sensations is perfectly normal during this time. Light body guide encourages you to drink lots of water, get plenty of rest. The butterfly over his heart is a symbol for you to contemplate. So we got the heart again. So I'm thinking that you have to start meditating with the, opening your heart chakra. He is here to reassure you that you'll be feeling back to normal very soon. So you got a lot going on, and I think they're just telling you need to sit down and meditate and use your heart chakra to kind of, bring all these things to calm everything down and bring these things into focus.
Yeah.
How we doing? Are we missing anybody?
I think I'm like me.
Yeah, me too. I'm coming down hard. I think for us our limit is 2 hours. So we're at 2.5 hours.
All of a sudden I'm like getting sleepy.
Yeah, me too. I'm like, oh my God, my kids are gonna be home in 2 hours. I better get it together, Get a shot of adrenaline or something.
I better get that Cuban coffee going.
Oh, girl, I'd be like all over the place.
Oh my God, this, you know what? I just love this, and I have to, I want to encourage. This came to me this morning that I'm going to encourage other people to pair up too, and I'm going to tell you why. Because when you pair up, the energies that you have together, they're just so much more than each of us individually are. I can't explain it, but I mean, you could see how much our energies, I think, even from our other events, I can feel the difference.
And it's clearer. I mean, I think that we're much more clearer and getting answers a lot more defined than we do when we're on our own.
Yeah, yeah. I think that's a big thing too. I think it's finding that person that you work well with, and I think you'll find that you'll be able to create new things. You could still do your things individually, but working together creates something like a third thing, like something that's even apart from the both of you together, that can only be done when you are together, if that makes any sense. And I think that talks about relationships and twin flames. It's like you're each an individual, but when you come together, you create this beautiful thing that is in and of itself its own energy. And I think that is very descriptive of how I believe is what a true twin flame is about. So I see it as a reflection of that type of energy. Like I can only imagine what a twin flame is like. If this is with a twin flame, oh my God, it's gonna be like rockets in the air, baby. So now I know what Stasha and her
oh my God, yeah,
going through. There's like, fireworks over Norway over there or something.
I agree. I mean, that would be damn. It'd be hot.
Yeah. And the passion. Okay, I swear, next time, new moon, we're talking about the chakras.
Okay.
Hear what we do.
Yes, we're not gonna. You know what? The new moon. No readings for new moon. We're just gonna. We'll talk about the chakras and.
We're gonna do your candle ceremony.
Yes, we're gonna do a candle ceremony for anybody who's interested. I don't think we figured out a price, but it's gonna be at least $15 at least, because I have to purchase the candles and I have to dress them and do the whole setup, and it has to stay here for a couple, for at least, depending. Some people stay lit for at least 2 days, so it's going to be at the minimum $15, and it's going to be a candle ceremony for opening your chakras and especially the sacral chakra, getting that going, the creativity, relationship, passion, that. So we'll have more details. We'll do videos and
I'm going to do something with rainbow healing too. I don't know what.
Oh yes, that was the other thing. Yeah, she's going to do some kind of healing for people. For anybody who chooses to do the ceremony, you'll get a rainbow healing. Yeah. And the candle ceremony. So. Yeah.
Well, everybody's telling us thank you. True Gemini says to thank us for the confirmation. Oh, and then Tony says, I love the way that Tony puts it. She goes, thanks, Marion and Debbie, for a great spiritual, abundant broadcast. I love that.
Good, good.
And Taz, I'm so glad that you were able to make this one. And Karen, you too. And Hi Pretty and all Belinda. Just all the
and you guys were able to stay. Almost everybody stayed the whole time. That's so crazy.
How much do you have? How many did you have?
16 in and out. So it is always in and out.
That's wonderful. So glad. Okay, everyone.
All right, guys, we are out of here, and join us for our new moon event. We're gonna do a candle ceremony and rainbow healing. So check it out. We'll give you more details later. And we are out of here.
I'm tired.